Hello, and let's talk about the EXOGATE Initiative. EXOGATE Initiative is a cute little game well worth having an eye on, whether it comes together or not. On the positive side, it's not bug-riddled and the UI is refreshingly utilitarian. It's a little strange that this is not the standard for everything published, but since it isn't, kudos for that. At this point in time, the game is still completely unbalanced, but it would be somewhat unfair to make a big thing out of this in early access. Same goes with the plethora of the quality of life improvements. For now, I cannot recommend this. The early game, 2-3 hours, is fun, then it turns into a slog. The big issue is money, and frankly, it's not reassuring that such a critical element is just a few hours in isn't noticed by the devs. What earns the game the thumb down is the fact that currently it has a brutal design flaw. It's so dependent on sheer luck, playing it is one of the keeps hopelessly yanking and one-armed bandit. Worse, the targets for the RNG are straight out ridiculous, with a severely limited number of available, non-repeatable missions at any given level, for instance limiting missions 1 and only necessary success test to a 55% requires a humor I failed to find in myself. This is not an early access problem. This is devs having watched way too much Lonely Tunes. What makes this even more urgent, if that is possible, is the fact that the roadmap shows that they are working on a mission editor. A mission editor in and of itself is a fantastic idea. However, it with more missions is supposed to be an answer to the RNG trap. This game is doomed to fail miserably. Also, the RNG disaster can cost the life of personal co-gators at any given time. No way to protect them, other than by just not using them in the first place, in combination with the fact that their replacement comes in a level 1 without any honest change to ever catch up. Losers feel infuriating rather than it's just painful. There are broadly 3 sources of income: funding, which runs out of just in a year for some reason, mining, and patterns. The most common ore is useless except the sell, but sells for so little so it's barely worth it. You cannot sell the other ores either. This leaves patents. With some luck and planning you can get some good patents that can pay quite well. Unfortunately, there are too many categories which vastly doubles how much theories you have, which greatly reduces the potential value of patents. If gators don't die, they regularly catch one of more conditions. Sure, one has a mid-bay, but the necessary downtime reveals another design flaw. In the current state, one is forced to scratch with the chicken. The only way to survive the budget limitations is to severely limit one's personnel. When even a single gator is down and there will be regularly more, one sits around and twiddles thumbs, which besides being annoying in the long term limits the operation costs to fit regular income, mind you not including patents. In other words, one always works against an artificial selling limit instead of surfing the way of success. So the biggest drain of your budget is wages. The system is bizarre. Initial pay is what the person will cost forever. Leveling up does not increase pay. Higher wages employees will have the higher stats, but this is a noob trap. Money is the limiting factor, not skills. So you have to hire everyone minimum wage, or else you're gonna simply shooting yourself in the foot, not just on the short term but forever. Finally, gators bring back from the missions. Whatever that is provides a single boost to research in the certain of a single theory. Theories are then stacked into the patent, which provides a secondary boost. So far, so good. The problem, this is still there is. Without a steady supply of fins, research are bot costs. So one common code of the single gator has yet again successfully sabotaged the operation of the entire base for the rest of the month. The scientists grab their dark floaties and go back to the bench. Which makes research feel like a science on a budget rather than being the crown jewel of accomplishment in the base game loop. The end result of all of this is that you simply softlock at some point. You run out of patents, planets to explore, and mining core simply cannot sustain the program. The aliens don't actually have to do anything to defeat you. Your own budget will. Although, again, they represent a significant drain in other soldiers. Level 1 soldiers cannot 1v1 a single alien, and the first invasion already features 3. This is absurd, but you cannot compel anyone to defend or focus fire, so a soldier will run into the canteen to grab some food as the aliens are barricading through the gate. If it does completely rethink the mission design, not just the composition, rethink gator status,